It's January 2020, and yes, I still have my shitty cut because the barbershops are all closed, unfortunately. Yeah, that should be one of the last places that's closed on New Year's Day. It should have just at least closed early. That way some of us can still enter the new year with a new cut, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. Ain't nothing I can do about it, and I'm gonna have to wait till tomorrow. All I gotta say is 2019 was a really bittersweet year for me. There were some good things about it, and there were some really shitty things about it. And quite frankly, the 2010s was a shitty decade for me. 2019, the good things that happened. I found love. I was able to see Slayer before they did their final tour. I caught them in Hershey, PA a couple months back. Saw the new Star Wars movie. Got my license. I'm now driving. The bad? Losing my love. I mean, I've kind of mentioned it repeatedly, more times than I'd really like to admit. I've been told by a number of friends of mine to just drop it already, but I don't know what to tell you. It's difficult, especially when finding a replacement has not been easy. It's damn near impossible. But I'm fucking trying. Of course, I gotta cut my hair first, and maybe get a sicker fucking pump. Yeah, maybe that as well. Maybe when I get my own place. I don't think it's gonna happen this year, but that's the goal. The idea is, for the new year, it's the same as any other year. I just keep getting better every year. I got better. I took steps forward last year, and the year before that, and the year before that. I believe back in 2014 was 2013 or 2014 they were really low points in my life, and then ever since then, 2015, 16, 17, 18, last year, just kept getting better. And it's going to be the same. Of course, I'm going to set goals for myself. And I may not be able to reach all of them, but I'm going to at least do something better this year than I did last year, at the very least. I'm going to try to find somebody new. I'm gonna begin saving up for my truck. I found one in Slatington, PA that's for $2,000. I'm not gonna tell you what it is because one of you sneaky fuckers may try to steal it out from under my nose. I'm gonna try to save up for that. It's $2,000, but I'm gonna at least have $3,000. That if that truck's not a good idea, I still have $3,000. I could just continue saving up a little bit more if I find something else better. Luckily, all three of my teams exited the decade with a victory. Eagles beat the Giants, Lakers beat the Mavericks, and the Blackhawks beat the Calgary Flames. Eagles face Seattle, unfortunately. I really don't see how we beat them. I really don't. Now, there's going to be some New Year's resolutioners out there. I keep my New Year's resolutions very realistic. I don't try to name anything specific because when you try to name something specific, when you have something specific that you want to do for the new year, it ends up not working out the way you would want it to. You know what I mean? And of course, when I head to the gym, there's going to be some New Year's resolutioners that are going to be invading the place. Luckily, the place doesn't seem invaded as I'm sitting in the parking lot right now. But as much as that kind of sucks for us, I ain't got a problem with it. I really don't, because the way I see it, more people need to be getting into the gym, getting a sick fucking pump, and getting in shape and bettering themselves. However, if you want a peaceful and productive stay in the Iron Sanctuary, follow these simple rules. 1. Put your fucking weights away! 2. Put on fucking deodorant! Don't be coming into the gym Smell like a fucking rotting corpse. 3, wipe the seats and benches down when you're done with them. I don't want to sit in your sweat or your fucking dingleberry juice. And you may not be, this is not going to be people in the gym, but I posted stories with like Robert Frank with the swallows the goal, size of the prize. It's gains the clock, motherfucker. Let's go. When I post that, I don't just post that to kind of show off and kind of strut the peacock feathers. I don't post Instagram stories telling people I'm going to the gym just to strut the peacock feathers. It's also to let people know that when I'm in there for an hour and a half, if not 2 hours, don't disturb me in that time. Don't be blowing up my shit. If you got something if you're gonna message me, if you got something to say, make it quick, but not when I'm in set or catching my breath or getting ready to do another set. In other words, leave me alone until I'm out. Thank you. And the way I see it, it's like Larry Fishburne once said, we can choose where we're going, but we can't choose where we come from. My life has been an absolute train wreck, especially in the past decade. This year, this is the year where I gotta really begin to start making shit happen. 2019 was just the beginning. I truly believe, I know friends of mine have told me to not be on it anymore, but I just can't help it. I truly believe that things could have easily been different with me and my ex. And as much as I've made it sound like she was a despicable person, which she could still be, I really don't think that was entirely her choice. I really don't. Because we were supposed to go to AC and she waited until 3 weeks after we planned the trip to tell me that she wanted to bring her BFF with us. And I didn't want to do that because I felt like it was a couple's trip. It was supposed to be just the two of us. And I do take some responsibility for saying some of the wrong things, like saying that her BFF couldn't be trusted, which I did legitimately believe, because I felt like she was gonna try some underhanded shit. And next thing you know, I got that message when I got off work that morning, and that completely fucking devastated me. I truly believe that the previous day she went to her BFF not sure what to do. Knowing her, she probably went about it not knowing what the fuck to do. And the way I see it, her BFF never liked me in the first place. I'm not gonna name name. You know how I do. I never name names. But I guarantee you she came into there. She went about it not knowing what the fuck to do. Came to her BFF, who, by the way, I could have sworn she was giving me dirty looks when I first met her in person. When I first met her BFF in person at Adelphia's in the Deptford area. By the way, that's a fucking expensive place. Although they only like bought drinks. They only bought drinks there. I guarantee she never liked me. Her BFF pulled her away from me quite a number of times at her birthday party. And I had feelings that the writing was on the wall. She never liked me. I felt like she wanted me out of the picture from the very beginning. And when I protested against bringing her with us, maybe I'll take responsibility. Maybe I was willing to bite the bullet. Maybe I do kind of regret saying anything. But I guarantee you, she went right to her, not knowing what the fuck to do, and her BFF, that was her opportunity to get me out of the picture. Said, nope, just get rid of him. And she probably was like, well, I don't know how to tell him. She's like, I'll tell him for you. And the rest is history. It's really unfortunate. I'll take responsibility for where I went wrong. I'll take responsibility for where I fucked up. But it's just really unfortunate that they chose to handle it the way they did. It was really disappointing. It was fucking devastating at the time. But moving on. But this year, I went on too long about that. Last year was just, but even with that loss, last year I still managed to get a lot of stuff done. I was going to the Slayer concert I already got the experience of driving on the highway, especially out of the state, for 2.5 hours. Hershey, PA is 2.5 hours from where I live. And I got that experience. I got the vehicle. I got pretty much a full-time job. And 2019 was the first year I was fully employed by an on-the-books company in my life. The very first time. I've been in and out of work for multiple years on end. It was part of the reason I was homeless at one point. I was homeless 3 times, but the last time I was is because I couldn't find work. And I was damn near on the verge of it this time last year because my former job wasn't paying enough, so I had to get a new one. But I was still employed by the old one when I have my current one. So 2019 was the very first year where I was employed all 365 days, and I got that going. I have a job. I'm driving, and I know exactly what I need to do to sustain myself. The next goal is getting the truck. That's the next goal. I don't know what truck it is, but I'm eyeing the one up in PA that's $2,000. I don't know what the damn thing is going to look like. There were some rust spots on it, but I'm going to, when I have $3,000, I'm going to go there and check it out. You want to have at least, when you buy a vehicle, you want to at least have an extra $1,000, just in case it ain't what you want. And if you do buy it, you still have something left over for the rest of the week. At least an extra $1,000 at the very least. That's what I would suggest. So yeah, I'm focused on getting the new truck. I'm getting the truck before I focus on getting a new place. I really need to get the fuck out of where I am. I really do. I mean, I'm not getting anything done. There's never any time for me to do anything. The place is crowded. You can barely do anything. Which is why I had to alter my diet. I'm eating pretty much right now. I'm eating basically the same as how people eat in jail. I'm like mixing canned shit, noodles and shit together. Shit ton of calories. That shit will put weight on you. That'll put weight on you very quickly. The thing that sucks about it is it's fucking shit. But it'll give me results nonetheless. That's one of my resolutions. I'm going to keep it very realistic, but my ideal ones would be to get that truck, to get a new place. It may take me an extra year to get the new place. I'm going to keep getting bigger. I'm gonna put on some more size. That's what I plan to do. I plan to put on some more size. And I plan to find somebody new. That last one, that I guarantee you that's gonna take way more time than all the other ones. Really wouldn't surprise me. tomorrow I'm gonna get my cut. But anyway, I've chatted on here long enough. The way I see it, if you have goals set for yourself, and for those of you who are in the same boat as me and looking for somebody, well, for starters, get yourself a gym membership and start fucking shit up as soon as possible. Now, for me, Monday is International Chest Day, and Friday is International Arm Day. Chest Day is Monday and Thursday. Friday is Tuesday. Friday and Tuesday are Arm Day. But not for you. You have to earn your chest day and your arm day. The last thing we need is rookies hugging up the benches, taking the 25s for a ride on the incline, or hugging up the preacher curl station, curling the 30-pound barbell. But for the first few months, your chest day is going to be on Tuesday and Friday, where guys like us will be doing 15 to 20 sets of bicep tricep supersets, which is actually called the Guido pump. That is actually the name of it. That's the name of it, the Guido pump. I do 20 sets. And on Monday and Thursday you'll do arms. Wednesday and Sunday is back and delts. I was contemplating having a second rest day. I've missed too many days of back and delts, but I'm not missing tonight. So I gotta hurry up before the gym closes. So therefore I gotta get out of here. Now, the one thing I need to mention is this decade, this year, cannot end in more failure for me. This year has to be different. This decade has to be different. It has to be. Now, for your sports teams, well, that doesn't count. You can't make New Year's resolutions for being a fan of your sports teams. Well, if you're being a fan is very simple. You just root for the team. You just root hard for them. And you can't control what the team does out there. If your New Year's resolution is to see the Eagles win a Super Bowl, that's not realistic. You can't control that. You can't control what the team does. But anyway, can't be on here much longer. Got to get out of here. 2020 is finally upon us. This year, this decade, can't end in more failure for me. It has to be different this time. It has to be. Anyway, y'all have a good one.